listening to Strange Label.
Hello, this is the shit. What happened? Hello, this is the Chris Brick Show. I'm Chris Brick, sitting here with Mr. John Rapp and his Jakeness. Live every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on strangelabel.com. We have a guest tonight, and we also have a special friend stopping by, maybe. So if we get interrupted, that's what's going on. Okay, let's do this thing. All right. I like that. Am I getting loud? What's going on here? I feel a little weird, man. I feel a little weird. Hey, I switched drugs. Not that has... Hey, John, what do you know about orgasms? Drugs and orgasms don't have anything to do with each other. At least not yet. Not with this new drug.
They sometimes drugs can have an effect on the orgasm.
I stopped taking I was on some weird effects or no weird orgasm stuff. But it made me feel kind of weird. And then now I'm on day 2. So this is like a study of my brain, these episodes. I should have announced what drug I was on mentally.
What is it this time?
Now it's Paxil.
Paxil.
I'm on day 2 of Paxil.
My neighbor James used to take that Paxil. You know who I'm talking about. I'm
going to check it out. James, the gas tank guy?
Yeah, my good friend James that put sugar in my gas tank.
He's the reason why you invested in a lock.
Yeah.
You're the only guy I knew that when you open your gas tank, you had to put a key into it.
Wow. Yeah, man, that good friend of mine sugared my gas tank.
Good friend. But he was such an idiot that you saw the sugar on the ground. He didn't take the time to sweep away the evidence. So you didn't start your car. You just walked out to your car and you're like, why is there a pound of sugar on the ground? I wonder if he even made anything in it.
Yeah, who knows? So
then you had to take your gas tank off. Luckily, you didn't start the car.
Yeah, my dad helped me take the gas tank out, and we got a new one.
That's a good dad.
Yeah, he knew how to do that.
Yeah, it's a good dad move.
Yeah.
We'll just pop this sucker off. But then he's going to make you watch him do it, and you got to learn how to do it, and then you don't retain that information.
That's exactly what happened.
You get a new one? No, you clean it out, right?
Yeah, I think that is what he did. Yeah, flushed it out.
Right on.
Jake, you've had that?
No. You said you went and got a new one.
I did say that, but no, I think we just flushed it out.
Okay. That makes sense.
Our guest this evening on the Chris Brick Show, beautiful night in Indianapolis, is Antonia Hall, a redhead.
Oh, yeah.
Jake's phone is ringing. He didn't even realize it.
No, I didn't.
The whole audience hears your phone ringing, and you're not even looking down at it. And now he's picking it up. Hey, why don't you plug this into the quarter or the 1/8" jack?
You're talking on the show on the phone with somebody right now?
Yeah, why don't you put down speakerphone or plug this in?
Oh, hey, no, I'm just doing this radio thing. What's up?
Speakerphone.
Jake, we're doing a show.
What an asshole.
All right, you're on speakerphone.
Am I on the air?
Yeah. Live on the Chris Brick Show.
That's awkward.
This is Tyler.
Oh, Tyler, you're going to be on the show.
What the fuck did you say my last name?
You gotta bleep that out.
All right,
We
get
gotta
over it.
bleep that out.
Turn the speaker up as loud as it goes and hold it near the mic.
Damn.
Damn.
Well, thanks for coming on the show,
Hold
Tyler.
it near the mic. Like here.
Tyler, what do you know about redheads?
Huh?
What do you know about redheads?
Like this.
Gingers?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I know they get burned easy.
yeah, they got fair skin.
I mean, they usually have blue eyes too, right?
Yeah, maybe.
John, you have red hair.
Yeah, I would ginger, I guess.
John doesn't have red hair. That's not red hair.
It's not real
Well,
red.
So what's going on? What are you guys doing?
We're talking about carrot tops here. Come on now.
So what are you guys doing tonight? You and Jake?
No, I'm trying. Jake, take me off speaker.
Tyler, I'm sorry. I really can't help you out.
Oh,
I'll answer that question right now.
denied.
Oh.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
You're still coming over to the
Have a
show,
good
right?
one. Bye.
Well, thanks a lot, Jake.
No, he's not. He's trying to get laid.
What? And you're trying
Oh.
to... He called you for that?
Well,
I can't help him.
how are
with
you
that.
helping him out with that?
He wants
Help me out with that.
party
What,
accessories.
But he's old enough to buy all those
like
things.
condoms? Nipple
Yeah,
tassels?
he wants me
cock
to go,
rings?
Go to the alcohol
lubricant?
store and get
the
some
dolphin?
alcohol.
But he's over 21.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
Right.
Old enough to
Yes,
go to
he is.
war?
I've been to bar with that guy.
He was in the army, you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, yeah, it doesn't, but...
You mean that matters? That means everything.
He joined when he was 18. He couldn't drink until he was almost out.
Yeah,
so
right.
he
They
is
let him.
over 21.
Well, yeah, I mean, he couldn't legally drink.
But now, at this point in time, why is he
Don't they let him drink there? Isn't he allowed to drink on base?
Oh, you walk in anywhere and you can just drink. They don't care. They don't card him.
Yeah.
How old is he?
But legally, he is 20.
Really?
What the fuck are you talking about? The guy's like 25 or 26. What is going on
So
here?
why
Is
is he
this a
calling-
bit?
Why is he calling you
Why are you
to buy
Why are you trying to
alcohol?
turn us asking his age into a bit?
Yeah, it's 20 and a half.
Jake, what's going on here?
Nothing.
But why would he call you to buy something that he can buy? He's calling you like he's 16, so like, hey, man, you know, can you help me out?
He needs some poppers.
He needs some anal nitrate.
But no, seriously, why would he call you for that?
I don't know.
Oh. Jake, what do you know about orgasms?
Not much.
Well, it's a good thing we have our guest coming up. Miss Antonia Hall. She is a redhead, and she wrote the book, The Ultimate Guide to a Multi-Orgasmic Life, which you can find more information at antoniahall.com, Twitter at EdenSOL. Miss Antonia Hall is not on the phone, but we will be speaking with her shortly. And
Hello.
Hello, you are a redhead.
I am a redhead, yes. I was born that way.
Wow. And then you have all these other women fighting to pass themselves off as natural redheads.
Oh, I don't think that's true. Is that true?
It's true!
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. Now, Columbia, little Nell Campbell, I believe she was a natural redhead. I hope.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
She better be. I've never seen her with anything but red hair. Am I right?
Huh. If you say so, sure.
What about Gillian Anderson?
Wait, I think she had brown hair and shock treatment.
The dye job or a wig?
I think Gillian Anderson is a redhead.
Gillian Anderson. Yes, she is a redhead, I believe.
She dyed it in the new X-Files, then. That's weird. It's like reddish blonde.
You wrote The Ultimate Guide to a Multi-Orgasmic Life.
I did.
Why?
For a multiple of reasons. One, I started using a bunch of different tools and
Oh.
I realized, oh my God, these are amazing. Like, how do people not know about this?
What kind of tools? Like sex toys?
like breathing exercises that one can reach orgasm through, like energy work that you can reach orgasm through and enhances pleasure in every area of your life. It's transformative. And
Hey, how does that work? And why is everybody not doing that? Is it too much work?
I think we're not told how to do
Can't be
it.
that great if everybody knew about this. I mean, like this seems like something that would spread.
You would think so. That's why I wrote the book.
And the book is The Ultimate Guide to a Multi-Orgasmic Life.
It is.
By Antonia Hall, a redhead.
A real redhead.
A real redhead.
Now, John, what are these things you were telling me? What are these weird facts?
Antonio's
Antonio's a man's name.
No, I'm sorry. I said the wrong name. Antonia Hall wrote a blog post called 10 Things That You Didn't Know About
Yeah,
Orgasm.
get to the point. Get to the point. Tell me one of these, John.
Number 3. There's a muscle that, when strengthened, makes orgasms better for both men and women.
Is that the Kegel they talk about?
Yeah, that's the PC muscle, the Pubococcygeus muscle. And both men and women have one. And it's through strengthening that you can start to become multi-orgasmic. And both men and women can be multi-orgasmic.
Now, what define multi-orgasmic for a man?
For a man, it is learning to differentiate between orgasm and ejaculation. They are two different functions of the nervous system.
Whoa.
I have ejaculated without orgasming before when I was on that Stratera, strangest thing in the world.
Yep.
Medications can do wonky things, especially to the sex drive and being able to derive pleasure. But this is different. This is where you are having an orgasm, bringing it up into your body, not ejaculating, and then you can keep going if you want to.
How do you do that?
Is that when you...
I have a step-by-step guide in my book, The Ultimate Guide to a Multi-Orgasmic Life, for men and for women. It's all chaptered out. It teaches you how to become multi-orgasmic and have mind-bending full-body orgasms.
Yeah, okay. So what's step 1?
Step 1 is learning how to really focus on your pleasure and learn your own arousal cycles.
I only know about what 10% of that means. Just the words.
So your body is an energy body. We know because of science now that everything is just energy, right? So the sexual energy is this incredibly potent energy. And when you start to get aroused, you can feel that energy. So it's learning how to really be mindful and find those pleasure points, the point before the point of no return.
The orgasm without the ejaculation.
Yes, you're going to bring it up into your body, and that means you can really...
Bring what up into your body? The semen?
The orgasm.
Not the ejaculate.
Not the ejaculate. The ejaculate's there. You can still ejaculate anytime you want, just like you normally would.
So it's not like in high school that time that they told me to push on my taint.
I've heard that.
My prostate, you push that in right when you're about to orgasm, and then nothing comes out.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but then it goes in your... It can't be healthy. That can't be healthy.
There is $1 million point that you can push on. That is one technique in order to learn to control your ejaculate and still be able to orgasm. But there's a whole succession of like learning to use your PC muscle, which you're going to do as a man. It's when you're urinating, you're going to stop the flow of urination. And when you do that, that's using that PC muscle, and that's the one you want to strengthen. Yeah,
I do. I'm going to say his first and last name because who gives a shit? But I knew a guy in middle school named Jesse Mills who I remember when he would pee in the urinal, he would do that. He would pee, stop, pee, stop, pee, stop. And he said he was doing it so that he could come harder. Or he was
probably teaching himself to be a sexual superhero.
Does it work like that?
It does work that way.
Well, we need to talk to some women who've had sex with Jesse Mills. Because if he was training himself at this young age, I mean, he's got to be in beast mode by now.
You can learn how to do this. It differs from man to man. Some people can do it in a matter of weeks. Some take some months. It depends on you and your own knowledge of your body. But once you learn how to become multi-orgasmic, that is a tool you have in the tool chest for the rest of your life.
Now, let's be clear, though. You're not talking about pressing the magic taint button, right?
No, there's a whole bunch of other things that you can do to just learn how to bring that energy up, cool the body down, and then keep going.
And is it healthy?
Yes. In fact, in Eastern philosophy, it's considered to be much healthier because they consider that ejaculating all the
Let's
time
not mix up the philosophy with the science here, okay?
is something that can drain people.
Yeah, they call it a little death, right?
The little death. And
Oh,
Yeah, that's scary.
I've heard that. Who else? Is that you that brings that up? Was that the Mormon guy? Who brought up? I've heard this little death before in this program.
I don't think that not ejaculating is a good idea. The science shows that you want to ejaculate at least a few times a week. It's healthier for the prostate. It's healthier for your whole body.
So you say this it's good to do it like 3 times a week. It's healthy for that. You're not going to die.
Now let's get back to philosophy. What about spiritually? Is it healthy?
There's varying thoughts on that. And
because I believe that it seems like as a Christian or Mormon or something, you're taught not to masturbate.
There's a lot of indoctrination that really can mess with people, and a lot of shame around sexuality.
The penis. Hello?
Right?
Yeah. A lot of us were raised with thinking that sexuality can be sinful, the body is sinful, that masturbating is bad. None of that is true. It is inherent to our nature to be sexual. Everything in nature is sexual, and we're a part of nature.
All right.
What about this no fap? Have you seen that? It's like a big movement.
What's FAP? Masturbating?
Yeah. And this is no fap, which is like, they have all these reasons why you shouldn't masturbate, and how they feel so much more energized and better. I saw this guy doing a video. He was like, sometimes you just feel like you just want to lay around and just watch some videos or do nothing. He's like, that's because you've been masturbating. It's like, I haven't masturbated in so long. He's like, I got so much energy. Is there something to that?
I know people that say that by learning to be multi-orgasmic and not ejaculate every time, that they have more energy. It's said that the more that you're ejaculating, it can cause you to be worn out. It can cause dry eyes. It can cause ringing in the ears. It can cause headaches. So I think that there's always a balancing point. But this is about finding more pleasure and taking control of being able to ejaculate when you want to.
Steve-O didn't ejaculate for over a year.
That's impressive. You think that's a good idea, Antonia?
Well, technically he did. Stuff would come out.
He just didn't make. He didn't
make it.
No, I think that's an unfortunate thing.
He was
the guy was a sex addict.
Yeah, he was trying to get over drugs and alcohol and stuff and sex addiction. I guess Chris knows more about it than I do, but
yes, I do.
You don't think he should have done that, or maybe for him at his point in time it was okay?
Maybe for him in his point in time it was the perfect thing to do.
Well, Steve-O's been known to do some wrong things, so who's to say this isn't another one of them? But he did that. Have you helped people with the book? Have you seen people read it and then they say, everything?
Has anyone read the book?
Absolutely. It's won 2 awards. It's getting
nice.
Thank you. Yes. It's getting tons of great reviews. And I'm getting really beautiful mail from people saying that it has shifted their relationship with their own body. It's helped them in their relationship with their partners. So that's really why I did it. I wanted people to be able to find more pleasure in their body. I think few of us are taught or know how much the body is wired for pleasure. We are capable of having mind-bending full-body orgasms and be multi-orgasmic, but we're not taught that. So it was really important to me to get that out there.
Do you get contacted by any weirdos?
I get some interesting stuff sometimes on Snapchat and stuff.
What, like dick pics?
A lot of dick pics. Just no thank you.
Now, have you ever seen a dick pic that made you change your mind?
No, I have yet to see a dick pic that changed my mind on that.
Any like comedic dick pics? You know, maybe with like a cockatiel involved.
No, nobody that creative.
So the larger it is or the smaller it is, that doesn't turn you on. Like for say example, a man, you know, typically larger breasts.
No.
More people like it. What?
I don't believe that's true.
You don't think so?
No.
It's not a cliche that men like big.
Well, that is a cliche.
That's what I mean.
At least it was in the 90s.
Yes, and that's not always the case, but you know, generally that's a cliche. Are women kind of like that? Like the bigger it is, the more you know you're supposed to like it, or you get turned on by it, or women not like that at all?
I think that everybody has different tastes, but we're all different sizes. We all come in different sizes. So what's right for us is our perfect match, not necessarily bigger being better or small. You know, it depends on your body.
You're grossed out by the penis, right? You don't like it.
I can't even imagine why you'd say that.
It was in a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. He was explaining, he was like, women hate our genitalia. They just don't want to look at it.
She said, I don't know why you would say that.
So you do find the penis attractive, you know, in itself. It is not disgusting.
I think that all of our body is beautiful. I think that we need to make peace with our bodies the way that we are.
Yeah.
It's the vehicle carrying us through this life. I mean, you have to appreciate the body you were given. If you don't feel comfortable in your body, I would ask like what you could do to try and make peace with it. Are you exercising? Are you know, like it's good to take care of ourselves. And it makes us feel better, and it changes our relationship to the outside world when we take care of ourselves.
It sounds like you're beating up on John a little bit. I just want to defend him and say he does think a penis is nice, you know?
Oh, I didn't
He doesn't hate penises.
I certainly wasn't beating up on you, John.
I'm pre-op, but you know, we'll see.
Was there a question there, guys?
Yeah, what do you think about people cutting their penis off? Is that okay?
I want to know what effect that would have. No, honestly though, because that seems like when they do that thing and they cut it and they twist it and invert it. Some claim they still have, or they have, you know, like vaginal orgasms.
I totally believe in that, because the energy orgasm is absolutely a thing. You can learn to roll orgasms through your body without touching yourself. So I absolutely agree that whether you are post-op or whatever, you know, you can absolutely still have those orgasms.
What about this G spot? That's number 5 in your article, the top 10.
Oh, what is it? What's the unknown? What's the fact?
Oh, it says a woman can have orgasms from another pleasure spot, not just the clitoris, and it's called the G spot.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Ernest Grafenberg named it.
That's right.
So the G spot, it is a real thing.
Absolutely it is.
Now, is that the thing where you got to, when you go in, you got to like hook your finger and then get up behind that bone?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can feel it. And so
you can feel it. It's a little ridged area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't act like you don't know about that, John.
Well, I know about it. But there's, you know, people, they say, oh, the G-spot's a myth. People, I don't know, I've heard people say that, like, oh, there is no G-spot. Well, there is.
There's something up there. I don't know what it is or what it does, but there's something up there.
So that is the G-spot, that little ridged area. You put your
that
finger
little
as a
ridged
hook.
area, you hook it up, yes, on the front side.
If anyone listening doesn't know, can you explain how, you know, because we've just, that thing you put the hook in there.
I would hope, I believe last time we looked at our demographics, it was a
couple of inches, and it's usually a couple of inches. It varies from woman to woman. Inside on the front side, so on the stomach side.
And you can reach it.
You can reach it, and it's good to kind of hook your fingers to like really rub it so that you're getting some pressure on it. I mean, obviously everything varies from woman to woman, and people want to be touched differently, and that's one of the ways that you can really express what you need is by self-pleasuring and being able to know your own body.
What about fingernails? I always wondered, it's like, man, that fingernail can't feel any good in there, right?
No, it's good to cut those down.
That's a real good tip.
So like I was saying, our demographic, I believe when we looked at the stats, it was, what was it, John? It was men?
It's largely males.
Yeah, from, what was it, 24 to 38? So I would hope that most of them would know all this stuff already.
But it's fine if you don't. No problem. You know, we all got to learn sometime.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's plenty to learn and understand about the body.
What about the hooked penis?
Oh, that kind of goes in with what I was wondering. There's no way that a penis is going to be able to reach that G spot, right? Unless it's, you know, or is there?
It's God's cruel trick, dude.
Again, we all come in different shapes and variations. That's one of the beautiful things of life. So, you know, for some woman, that might be the perfect thing.
The hooked penis, is that a real thing?
Oh, yeah.
It's a natural thing or something you can do?
It's natural.
It's natural.
And sometimes when you're real hard, it gets kind of hooked. Does that help it reach that spot more?
Mine never gets hooked when it's real hard.
Well,
you've got to experiment with different positions to see what works to match up well. You know what I mean?
I just figured there's no way that a penis is going to be able to hook that much as your finger is. You know,
it's God's cruel trick promoting lesbianism. I'm telling
you. Oh, you can go in at the right angles.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Try different angles and you'll be able to
different angles.
So
absolutely.
Says, go in at a right angle.
At the correct angle for her.
Roger.
That's another good tip. Some sexual position hacks.
Sexual position hacks and rhythm. You've got to like slow it down, speed it up, and kind of change your rhythm a lot too. Different strokes.
Yeah, I don't spend all that time down there with that. I just focus on myself there, you know.
I would if I had instructions. You know, I've never had anyone say like, "Oh yeah, that feels better than this," or anything.
What?
Yeah, nothing at all.
Nothing. What? She's just laying there like a board or something. What do you mean nothing? She would just make faces and sounds, faces and sounds, and that's enough for you to be able to kind of tell. But I've never had anyone say like, "Oh yes, if you would do slow
this
it down
and this,
or go
that
more
would
over
really
there."
be." I mean, my partner that I had in the past would give me minimal instructions, but was never very vocal about what felt good.
Well, she was never very vocal in her day-to-day life anyway. I only heard the girl say 3 or 4 sentences. I didn't quite understand what they meant.
So if I had some instructions, I would give it a shot. That's good to know that.
She was a very nice lady, but let's be honest, she pronounced quesadilla.
I mean, from time to time, that did happen.
I hope she doesn't listen to this. But I bet you some asshole is going to tell her. Some asshole's going to be like, you got to hear what Chris Brake was saying about you.
It's probably going to be you.
It's going to be... I've done that. I recorded this big thing about my asshole friend that had to bail out of jail, but I recorded something about him before I bailed him out of jail, telling him, talking about how big of an asshole he was. And I was like, hey, just so you know, check this out.
Did you really?
And I played the audio for him, and he didn't seem too interested. He seemed a little confused.
Wow. Well, please don't play this for her. I don't want her knowing, even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Antonia, should he play this for my ex, who I don't talk to?
Zach, we know it's going to be you. Don't do it, man.
Come on, Zach.
Don't do it.
No, don't do it. But you did bring up a really good point, which is that it's incredibly important to be able to ask for what you need because nobody's going to know unless you're able to express it. I have a whole chapter in my book, The Ultimate Guide to a Multi-Orgasmic Life, all about how to ask for what you need in the bedroom.
Yeah, that sounds a very important chapter.
It's an important...
Men don't ask, they tell. Am I right?
I think that respect is always a good thing, especially in a bedroom where we're really vulnerable.
Respect the cock. And tame the cunt. You ever seen that? You ever see that movie?
I don't recall this movie.
Oh, it's with Tom Cruise, and he's like a... it's Tom Cruise, and he's like a sex beast seminar guy, and he's like got those infomercials where he can make any man get laid and make every woman your sex slave servant.
He's like Tony Robbins sexualized.
Yeah, he's this big douche, but he's just got so much finesse on stage, and he's
Was that like Mulholland Drive or something like that?
very similar. Magnolia.
Magnolia. Okay.
Respect the cock. No? Okay. Frank T.J. Mackey. Yeah, but that's what a woman wants, Woman doesn't want some guy that's like, I don't know. What are we going to do? You want to do this? And it's like, get on your knees. That's what you're going to do.
Is that true, Antonia?
I think that what people want varies. There's absolutely no judgment. It's all about what makes each of you feel good and respected. As long as you're both coming from the same place.
Your genitals.
Do women respond more to, being told, or someone taking charge, or,
Antonia, I'm sorry. This is the worst episode ever. Apologize.
We're getting a lot of good points.
We don't know what we're apologizing in the middle of the show. Okay, forget I said that. We're doing great.
That's another thing. You're supposed to not ever let a girl know that you're ever doubting yourself.
I'm in control right now, Antonia. I have this under control.
We were reading a script.
Where are we going next? I know the answer.
Antonia, that's a hard thing to bear. What's with that?
What's with what?
Guys always having to have the answer and know where to do.
I think that we were raised with certain dichotomies of like there's certain roles that men have to play. Men is the aggressor, right? He has to go out and conquer, and the woman is supposed to be this passive receptive. But that's what gets us all screwed up, and it's totally messes with us in the bedroom as well.
They say an erection's like 50% mental.
I believe it's even more than that.
What about a vagina? Now, is that possible? Because men can have problems focusing, Does the woman not get moist?
I have a lot of chapters on what can trip you up mentally, because sexuality is far more about a mental process.
What tends to trip you up?
What trips me up?
Yeah.
I am pretty at peace and liberated with my sexuality.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Absolutely.
How do you know if you're blocking something out? Because I bet you a lot of people say, "Oh, well, what are you talking about?"
All a woman has to do is just lay there.
Oh my gosh, no.
So she has to be involved.
But
Absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be involved?
I don't know. So, some girls do that. They just lay there. It was
they're called rape
TV
victims
and stuff. There was an episode of some TV show where
survivors. I'm sorry.
The character was like, "Oh, it's only going to take 5 minutes," and he was like, "Okay, good. You don't have to. All you have to do is lay there." She's like, "That's what I always do," and it was it was Scrubs, the TV show Scrubs.
It sounds
So
like that movie
Antonia Hall
Kids.
against the show Scrubs.
Oh, I'm so not. I've been on a couple episodes of Scrubs.
Really?
What you're describing is like your sex sounds like a fucking episode of Girls or something. Not you, John. I'm talking about John.
Oh, okay.
This was on an episode of Scrubs.
Okay, but you guys have all these references for Hollywood and TV, and that's what's messing with people.
We watch these movies and we get programmed.
But it's you can't rely on Hollywood to give you good role models for how to be really effective and be able to like have like incredible mind-bending sex and lovemaking with your partner. The body is capable of so much, and it's so powerful. And the more that you're tapping into that, the more that you are like charged up and you're in the zone. And when you go out into the world, you're like feeling really good because you have that good basis in the bedroom. It's a powerful thing throughout all of life.
Yeah, I guess, are there a lot of people that are shut off from all these feelings?
Yeah, I think that we shut ourselves off. I think that we have bad experiences. We're raised with a lot of bad messages. We get really crazy ideas from TV and movies. And then we don't know how to interact properly in an intimate setting.
It's that dang Family Guy show, man.
Fucking George fucking Costanza.
Oh, Hollywood never gets it wrong.
Do you watch television, Antonia?
I selectively stream.
But you were on.
I like
the
that
Scrubs.
phrase. I like that phrase.
Are you a selective streamer?
I selectively. I do that too. I selectively stream a lot.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So you were on Scrubs. How'd that happen?
Oh, Hollywood fluke. I was in the area. They needed someone. They made me a doctor one day and like a patient the next.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had an IMDb page. I should have done my research.
I do not.
That is.
But I will tell you that Scrubs was filmed in this North Hollywood hospital.
Wait, what's
North Hollywood? It's a real hospital.
It was a real hospital, and it had been shut down for a while, and they took it over and they did all their filming in there, and it was so haunted and so bizarre.
Haunted.
Haunted. Yeah, that's a whole nother episode for you.
Wait, you believe in ghosts?
You
just discredited your whole book.
Aw, man.
That's okay. There's plenty of ghost believers out there who also want to get off. Now, what about ectophiliacs? I had a friend who was obsessed on making a film about an ectophiliac.
I'm sorry, you'll have to school me on that one.
He might have made it up. Apparently, it's somebody who likes to have sex with ghosts.
Okay, I never heard of this.
Incubus and succubus.
Because ghosts aren't real.
Ghosts are not something I ever think about in real life, but there was definitely some weird energy. I think that everything is energy, and I think that when I say haunted, I mean like there's weird energy. I'm not saying that it's necessarily like a ghost thing. I'm saying it was weird energy in there.
You had a glitch there. When you said the word necessarily, it sounded like a glitch.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that either.
Can you say the word necessarily?
Necessarily?
Yeah. A second ago, I just heard it was like necessarily.
You had a glitch, John.
Maybe. I have to play that back.
I'd ask Jake, but he's over here typing a fucking book on his phone.
I heard nothing.
So you don't know
nothing.
Do you know about the incubus and the succubus? That goes with that ectophiliac. They would be having sex with an incubus or a succubus. That's the male and female
ghosts.
Yeah.
What? An incubus is a male ghost? I thought that was like the horse with the big penis.
Incubus and succubus is male and female ghosts they're sexual ghosts that come to have sex with you.
Well, who had sex with Jonah Hill in that movie?
I don't know.
That demon.
They're probably one of those things.
It had a big penis.
You get into that side of metaphysics, Antonia, or
are
you blocked?
Way outside my scope, guys. Way outside my scope.
Well, right on.
I looked through a telescope the other day. It was awesome. I saw the rings of Saturn.
Oh, it's amazing.
John, what else you got on the magic list?
Yeah, what other things are on that magic list, Sean?
You wrote it.
Orgasms get better with age for who? Men or women? Jake. You got 3 seconds.
Women.
Jake says women.
Antonio. Is he right?
Orgasms can get better with age for both men and women, but
this is a trick question, Jake. You got fooled.
Women in particular, Jake's right that women in particular really come into their power and sexual peak at a later time.
Wow. So they should like it more with age, not less.
Yes.
What about what is it called when they lose their period?
Menopause?
Yeah, how does that play into orgasms?
That's a good question.
That can vary for women because it changes your hormones in your body. And so women have different experiences with that. But again, the more that you're tapping into the energy and doing the PC work, then the more that you can roll full body orgasms through. So none of it can be a totally moot point.
So you can't use that as an excuse, we don't have sex because we're 75, people don't
Absolutely not. No, it can keep on going.
Can you send me a copy of this book?
Yeah, I think I did actually, didn't I? Yeah.
No, if so, I didn't get it. I got a press kit.
I'll check this out. I'll study this on my own.
Oh, yeah, and then let me know.
If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, here, Antonia, here's a picture of you with blonde hair.
Oh, respect the God.
Now, what is that about?
I am pretty blonded out right now, honestly, but I'm still a redhead.
What?
Yes.
So you're not a redhead at the moment.
Oh, no, I am actually.
It grew
So
out?
what you're saying is that the curtains match the pubes.
I was born a redhead. I am a redhead.
You're hiding it.
I got to give Paul Rudd credit for that line. I'm sorry. I didn't come up with that. I could not come up with something that brilliant on my own.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, why would you want to dye your hair blonde?
I didn't know. It's just blonded out. I've been in the sun. I've been living in really, really hot, sunny places, and my hair is very bleached out.
Nat, wait, you're telling me that the sun will just up and change the color of your hair?
Absolutely, a lot.
Oh, that's what you're saying? It's natural? It's naturally bleached from the sun?
It is bleached out from the sun.
Wow. You don't
Too
look
many
sunburned. Can't you put some on your hair, like sun screen for your body?
I've never found that it really works very well.
What?
Did you just send us a copy of your book?
I did.
Are you really talking to us? Uh-huh.
I'm multitasking on the Multi-Orgasmic Life talk.
Well, it's been great talking with you. Oh, I don't know if we want to go through some more of these or...
Yeah. What would you like to know? I mean, the body is capable of so much pleasure. I just want people to be able to make peace and start tapping into these tools.
What's about making noise? That's number 2. Get vocal about it. Making noise can help.
Yeah, because the more breath and noise, the more it carries the feeling and the pleasure through your body. So you really want to use your breath. There you go.
What about dirty talk? Because,
I feel awkward doing dirty talk, and I'm not a noisy guy.
Oh, I think that's a pity. I think it depends. Again, this is something that really depends on the people involved. Some people are comfortable with it. Some people are really not.
So if you
there was this one woman I used to have sex with a few times that she would actually have full-blown conversations about the day and stuff during sex, and I'd have to tell her to stop. Like, can we not talk about your friend right now?
Is that okay to do?
No, I wouldn't recommend that. I think that it's important to be able to stay in the moment and stay with your partner. Presence is super, super important to being multi-orgasmic and really connecting with your partner. So if your mind is off on what happened earlier in that day, you're completely limiting what's happening with your partner.
It's weird. It's almost like she's trying to escape from what's happening. Like I was that bad,
It sounds like she was like some rape victim or something, If you want
Hey, let's not get carried away here, okay? It was consensual.
Well, not you, but I mean, and that a lot of women that you become partners with have been like abused in the past in some way or another, and you yourself, maybe been abused. Like, how do you, is that a bigger barrier? Like, if someone's been through some sexual abuse or something, is it harder for them to find this multi-orgasmic self?
It usually is. It's really important to do the forgiveness work, and especially forgiving yourself. You've got to know that you deserve to experience pleasure in your life and make peace with the past so that it doesn't get in the way.
Yeah.
We all have stories in life, and a lot of, some bad things can happen. But if we let that get in the way all the time, it's totally limiting our lives in so many ways.
Yeah, sexual problems, they damage your ego.
Mm-hmm.
They cause a whole nother ball of stress, that negatively impacts your relationship and your life.
Right. And I address all of that in my book, The Ultimate Guide to a Multi-Orgasmic Life, which you now have a copy of.
Available on AntonioHall.com. And is that on what? Tell me where else.
It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's all over. You can get the audiobook now, so I will read my book to you.
Oh, yeah? Well, next week, Antonia Hall on the Chris Breaks Show.
What, reading her book to us?
What, that's funny?
How many pages are the book, and how long did it take you to record it?
The recording is 4 hours and 22 minutes. It took me 2 days in studio to record it, and it's 158 pages, but it's little. It's a little book, so
More like a pamphlet, really.
it's more than a pamphlet. It's a couple. Every chapter is really simple because I know people are so busy, right? So it's a couple of pages and then an exercise, a couple pages and then an exercise. So it's really easy to implement it into your busy life. And
exercises. There's stuff you can do. It's not just read about it and think about it.
no, I want you to really get active. I want you to
She wants you to go jerk off, John.
Yeah, is there masturbation in there?
Yes, of course.
Whoa, so this is a masturbation guide.
It is a guide.
How close to pornography are we getting with, especially you reading the book? Are you going to read like some jerk off
Does
instructions?
this turn you on?
Do you envision guys jerking off to the audiobook?
There are videos of women like jerk off to instruction videos.
Oh yeah.
I am in the works of turning it into a video series.
So it's a jerk off instructions video.
It's sex exists outside of yourself. It could be with a partner.
Is that what it is?
I want people to be able to really tap into their potential. So you have to get intimate with yourself first to be able to learn these tools and techniques and then match up with your partner.
I like it. So it's like you jerk off to get yourself prepared for the ultimate.
But you do it with intention so that you can start to learn to be multi-orgasmic. I'm telling you, once you've learned...
Whoa, hold on, whoa. So what if you're multi-orgasmic and you pick up some chick, take her home, and she's not? Then what happens there?
Well, first of all, there are chapters for men and for women, so you can start learning ways
you got to lend the
help
book to her first?
No, not at all.
Buy two copies.
But the more that you are multi-orgasmic and have the tools to not ejaculate when you don't want to, but when you do want to, the more that you're going to be likely to match up with women who take longer than men to orgasm and bring her to climax. Plus, there are some other tools and techniques that I detailed to help you pleasure your partner.
What about erectile dysfunction?
Erectile dysfunction is a really major issue, and a lot of guys experience it at one point or time in their lives, even if it's just temporary. There's an actual rise in men in their 20s that are getting a rise in the number of people. Yeah, sorry. There's an increase in erectile dysfunction in 20-somethings, and they're attributing it to bad porn habits.
Yeah, bad pornography leads to erectile dysfunction.
Relying on pornography too much and not being aware of your body because you're focused in another place all the time is not healthy in the end. Everything in moderation.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. But what about if you have it in your, like the older people who have it,
My father said, that's good to know. That's like my father's catchphrase that he says all the time.
Everything in
moderation is the key to success or key to life.
Moderation's important.
He says that all the fucking time. And there's another one he says that I can't remember.
NoFX has a song titled No Effects.
Ounce of prevention. Yeah, it's worth a pound of cure. That one.
That's a real good one.
Yeah, you get that one a lot. He also says, don't give him a reason to pull you over in the first place.
Yeah.
I like that one.
NoFX, they have a song. It's called Everything in Moderation, parentheses, especially moderation. So what do you do with that? What do you do with that?
What do you do with that?
I don't know. How do you have to have moderation on the moderation?
Balance is key.
Steve-O's got an excellent balance.
So do you think people should take drugs if they have like real bad erectile dysfunction?
I think if you have already really done a lot of other work to try and fix it, it's definitely not the first go-to.
Okay, drugs not the first go-to, Viagra and such.
No, but you also have to make sure that drugs aren't the initial reason that you're having erectile dysfunction, because certain like antidepressants, heart medications can all get in the way of being able to get an erection.
I'm reading here, it says obesity, smoking, cholesterol, and other things can deal with erectile dysfunction. Is that
John,
true?
Yes, absolutely.
So smoking, that could cause some type of erectile dysfunction.
Oh, yeah, blood circulation.
Blood circulation.
Okay, so it says treatment for erectile dysfunction involves first determining the underlying cause. It could be obesity, smoking, cholesterol, and other stuff.
It could be a mental stress can be a big factor.
John, this lady's not a doctor.
No, I'm not a doctor, but I have studied this.
John, are you asking for a friend? I'm
No.
concerned about you, buddy.
I'm looking up common questions that people have about sexual issues.
Oh.
And one is erectile dysfunction. That's a good one.
You should speak to your... You go ask your doctor about that, John.
Do you know anything about that? Well, here's another really good one. This testosterone deficiency. Do you have a spin on that?
I'm curious about that. I'd like to get some shots of that, see what's going on, or a patch.
Here,
I know a guy that gets those.
and if you want a direct question, here is one. Is it true that if, you should wake up in the morning with an erection? If you don't do that like 3 times a week, then you have low testosterone. Do you know anything about that?
Men do get erections throughout the night. So one of the ways that you can test whether or not it's just like a stress response that you're not able to get an erection when you want to, or if it's an actual physical thing that you're not getting erections, is to put postage stamps.
I don't see where she's going with it.
You haven't heard this before?
No.
I thought this was a joke. This is like
It's not a joke. It actually works because you can actually find out that way if it's like a physical issue or not.
You put the postage stamp on your penis when you go to bed?
A ring around your penis.
A ring? Okay. What?
Yeah, a ring around them so that if you get an erection at night, it's going to break that ring.
So, a bunch of
you put a roll of them. Well,
Yeah.
just enough to go around the
Like
the
a few.
shaft.
Okay. That sounds weird. Would you do that if you were a guy?
Yes, if I was concerned about getting erections, yes, I would.
That's the go-to? Put the stamp on the penis?
We'll go to the doctor.
Well, if you can go to the doctor.
But there's also that morning wood,
There's
the old
probably
thing.
a machine that can measure this because on there's I think it was called A Place for Pedophiles. It's a Louis Theroux documentary. He went to a place where they basically, after the pedophiles or the sex offenders get out of jail, they then say that they're insane. Even though they serve their purpose, they say they're insane. So then they lock them up for life, basically, inside this mental asylum. And this is happening right now. And they put one of the tests they do is they show them pictures of like little boys or whatever it is that gets them off. And they put almost like a rubber band around their penis that's hooked up to a machine. And the machine will tell them if their penis, more blood flow comes, if it gets an erection or bigger. So if they do that for sex offenders, I'm sure they have something for people who just can't get it up.
Here's a third one. Peyronie's disease, which is...
Peyronie's?
Yeah, narrowing or curvature of the penis. That's like the third most embarrassing question.
That's the hook.
Yeah, the hook. If severe enough, this could be painful and prevent you from even having sex.
Yeah, if it's like a right angle.
Wow. Have you heard about that? Did you know anything about trying to maybe curve it back out or blood flow and stuff?
John.
That's the third most embarrassing question. Hey, men want to know, according to mensfitness.com.
That's not the most embarrassing question. This one's more embarrassing. Jake, do you have Peyronie's?
No.
See, that was kind of embarrassing. No. You know what? I think we should get off here and listen to some Twisted Sister. Listen to this new Dee Snider song. Doesn't that sound fun to everybody?
That sounds fantastic, you guys. It's been
Or you can listen too if you'd like.
Totally a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure.
I hope you enjoy the book.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. We'll have
Antonia
to have you on again.
Hall, author of The Ultimate Guide to a Multi-Orgasmic Life. AntoniaHall.com. Get it on Kindle and everywhere else where good books are sold.
That's right.
Antonia, will you come back on again after we read the book?
Oh, yeah. Let me know what you think.
Will do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, that was fun, and we got a book out of it.
Jake likes the wind. It's just the intro of this stupid music video. The music video is horrible. Leave it. That's what happens when you let Chris Angel direct something.
Chris.
This is a great song. I love it. Hello?
Hey.
What's up? But Chris Angel's a pud. All right, now what?
We're going to hear some chilling with Jason.
Okay. And then should we wrap up this show? It's going to be chilling with Jason Brown. Hello?
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, did you lose your cigarette?
He said when you sweat, you're a fire hazard. Like, he's talking about how drunk Jake the Snake is.
Jerry Lawler's the king of those crazy one-liners.
What's up, Jake?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, I'll go get you.
Yeah.
Chilling with Jason. All right, well, that was Chris Briggs Show. That was the end. Thank you for everything you do. On Twitter at Chris Briggs Show, chrisbriggshow.com, bunch of episodes. We got a Facebook. We check that thing every once in a while and update it every once in a while. Don't message us on it because then I feel obligated to answer you immediately because there's like this timer
Yeah.
that's going on Facebook, and it's like, this guy responds within an hour. He's in the green. And I don't want to be in the green, but since it's there, it forces me to respond to you in less than an hour when I probably wouldn't respond anyway.
Is that fucking true?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. How does that make you feel, Jake? You want to start a revolution, don't you?
Yeah, it tells you how fast the person that owns the page responds to messages.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and you can get like a green check mark or something.
Green check mark.
Yeah, responds under an hour.
Green check mark.
The clock's ticking.
Oh, fuck. I erased everything off the board.
Yeah. It's a nice picture.
I got it. Hey, I'd like to thank Darren Snyder from Indian Tune, Mike Moore from the Weird Old Politics Internet Radio program, Jake, the guy Jake, Kenny Mike. Fuck them, man. They haven't recorded any shows.
Come on.
Howie's Coffee burned down, man.
What?
Yeah, Howie's Coffee Shop burned to the ground.
What?
I think they went bankrupt. I don't think they're going to reopen anytime soon.
That's strange.
Insurance fraud there?
I don't know.
It's all a fictional thing, though. There never was a Howie's coffee shop.
And there is no Howie.
So how can it stop? That sounds like an excuse.
I'm saying that. I don't know. I mean,
Well, you're making stuff up because we don't know.
and,
That's what they're saying.
Big Nate and Mike G, John G from 405 Media Group, Rich Walker, and shit. Did I get it? I know I'm missing somebody, didn't I? No. Who'd I get? Jake?
Who's that from 405 Media?
John G from 405 Media Group?
Yeah, I think that's what you need.
Yeah. Ron at Radio Max Music. Jake?
Jeremy at Couch Potato Nation. Mark at Tangent Mound Network. Jack at the Mix FM. Zuma Peter at Loudtown Online Radio. Mike from the Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks Internet Radio Program. Tom at TalkStream Live. Mike at IRN Internet Radio Network. Toby at Radio Blitz. Mars Soundman at United Sound Choice. Tico at FJS Radio. Peter at Cornucopia Broadcasting. Teams J at Deep Talk
Teams
Radio.
J.
And Big Nate on the air, off the air, somewhere.
Everywhere.
Yo, dairy there.
Overcharge Radio.
Bum, 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 bum. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you play it, and I know this is recording, and